I had a Canon Rebel. It was shitty, but it worked. I don't even remember. You know what I did? I screwed on, like I got a screw mount and I screwed on like a $30 like fisheye adapter that you put on a video camera. I did that for a little bit just to kind of be like, wow, sick. And it looked so shitty. Black circle, just like, it was shitty. It was just shitty. I don't even remember. Maybe it was Kyle James doing a switch tail slide at the seaport. Jesus. Yeah, that's probably what it was, like 90, I don't know, 95. He's very angry. He was angry back then. Yo, what's up, man? Even when he said what's up to you, it was like an angry what's up. What's up? But he was good, man. He was really good. He was always at the banks. And he was ripping. He ripped, but he was just so mad. I don't know. He was just mad. And you're like, yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, he was just mad. Kyle James, switch tail slide to Seaport. Everybody. It's kind of weird because when you first see these dudes, like you see them in magazines and then you see them skating, you're like, what? I mean, I fanned out on Tyshawn recently. I was like, dude, you're so sick. Hell yeah, that's like fanning out is like, that's the little kid in you. You gotta fan out. First time going to the banks must have been like 1986. And I remember we took the bus, the B41 bus from Kings Plaza all the way down Flatbush Avenue to the very last stop. And we skated over the Brooklyn Bridge to the banks, and there was like a banks contest happening. And it was amazing. It was so amazing to see it. And we didn't even know, because it was like the Brooklyn banks. Is it on the Brooklyn side or the Manhattan side? So we thought it was on the Brooklyn side, and we get there and there's nothing there. We're like, well, let's go over the bridge. So yeah, 1986 was the first time. I was 12. Yes, I was. I do remember that. How can anybody forget that? It was like the most epic thing. Yes, I did. I ollied the wall and I frontside 180'd over the wall. I did it on a Chris Miller Schmidt sticks board. That's how long ago it was. But I did ollie the wall. Of course it took a long time. No, that was back when there was no footage. And the only person that did have a camera would be one of those ones that went on your shoulder and you put a whole VHS tape in it. And I did a frontside 180 over the wall too. Took even longer. My favorite tricks over the banks wall, this is a little self-serving since I shot two of them. But one of them was Rob Welsh, switch 360 flip over the banks wall, which I shot. Which, one roll of film, first go, first try. Did it, we were tripping, but that's one thing. Mike Vallely over the wall when the fence was on it and he knocked the ball off, and I shot that too. Did you? That's amazing. A lot of people were there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Eric Costin's nollie back heel over the wall was pretty sick. Jeff Pang, anything over the wall was always pretty awesome. I think Josh Kalis half cab flipped it, which was pretty fucking sick. Half cab heel flip over it, that was pretty awesome. Huff, he ollied over the wall in the big part, and then he did a little wall ride on the parking divider on the other side, and then came back and then ollied back over the wall into the banks. So that was pretty fucking sick. He was trying it like the day before, and I saw him, and he was like, yo, I've been trying to switch 360 flip over the banks wall. And I was like, let's shoot that. He's like, all right, you want to go meet me there tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I remember I met him there the next day, and he's like, yeah, I've been trying it and trying it and trying it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to shoot this photo of Jay Maldonado down the street, and then I'll come back and we'll shoot this. So I went with Jay, and we went to go shoot something. I don't even remember what it was. And then I came back, and I was like, all right, I got like 12 rolls of film or 10 rolls, whatever it was, you know? I was like, let's just go for it. And he was like, fuck it, let's just do it. And it was literally the very first go, the very first try, and he just did it. We were both like, I can't believe you just did that. He was in TransWorld. And I remember Ted Newsom skated up because he was living in New York at the time, laying it out, and I handed him the roll of film like on the spot. I was like, Rob Welsh, switch 360, flip the banks wall, like here. And he was like, give me that. And it was pretty much in the magazine within like an issue or two. He did. He had camo DCs on that he got from either Scott or Huff, because they were both on DC at the time. And yeah, he had those camo DCs on. But those are the day he was like, fuck it, if I got a pair of shoes, as long as I got a pair of shoes to skate in, you know. Anything I shot a Huff, I don't know, man. There's just so many, like, I remember Joel Meinholz was node sliding this fucking ledge off these stairs like 20 feet and my flash didn't go off. Always like flash failures and a lot of those, the film days, you don't even realize it's not going off until you go and develop it and you're like, my flash didn't go off. You test it, you're looking like, oh, it's all working, and then you shoot it and it's fucking, you know, like camera shit's kind of delicate, you know what I mean? And it's fucking plastic and not made great. You're beating it up in the streets and, you know, you're in a bag, you're packing it, unpacking it, packing it, unpacking it, it's getting hit by skateboards. It's like, so tons of failures, tons of blowing it. Look, you haven't really shot skateboarding until you blew it. I gotta go shoot a photo today. I'll probably fuck that one up too. Brian Anderson. There's a lot, but Dimitri's photo of Peter BC doing the ollie on the bank with the towers in the background. Dimitri shot Harold doing a switch tail slide at the banks that I love. Ryan G shot I think it was Ryan G shot Huff ollieing over the big part of the banks wall. Was sick. Hosoi ollieing the banks wall with fucking Felix Arguelles standing on the wall in the background. Nollie backside flip off the bump on 51st Street of Spencer Fujimoto that Michael Mealy shot. Michael Mealy shot Rodney Torres kickflip front board down this handrail downtown. It was a sequence, it was super sick. Pretty much anything Michael Mealy shot in New York City was pretty fucking epic. Michael Mealy shot this city amazing. Atiba shot Fred Gall kickflip wall ride at the banks. That was pretty fucking sick. Jeff Pang doing a back lip in Williamsburg in Brooklyn back in the day. It was a zoo ad on a ledge and it was like both angles. Javier Nunez doing a backside 5-0 on the west side, like off a loading dock onto a dumpster. What else? My favorite New York City photos that I shot. Huff, crooked grind up the rail in Battery Park. Harold doing like a shifty ollie over a cellar door that was in the Lower East Side. That one you won't find anywhere because it was never published. You'll find it online, but it was never published. None. Nobody. I've never beaten a pro skateboarder in a game of skate. I've never beaten anybody in a game of skate, to be honest. I've never won a game of skate ever. Kenny tried to take me out with a nollie flip, and then I was able to do it. That's what happened. Kenny tried to get a letter on me with a nollie flip, and I did a nollie flip. I've never done a nollie flip since. I figured that's the best it's gonna get. Oh my God. I can't believe you have this. A Harold Hunter American Dream board. That's amazing. American Dream, this is when it was at a deluxe. You don't have the Old Dirty Bastard one, huh? Harold was the first one to do the Old Dirty Bastard graphic, like that album cover. But fuck, Harold, man. I miss Harold. I actually miss Harold a lot. There's too many memories of Harold to like, I mean, I've been all over the world with that crazy son of a bitch. He was definitely fucking an individual, boy. Wow. This is amazing that you have this. I mean, the Harold Hunter Foundation does a lot of rad shit. They send kids to fucking skate camp. And Tyshawn was actually one of the first kids they sent to skate camp, the Harold Hunter Foundation. So Tyshawn is like a success story of the Harold Hunter Foundation, which is pretty fucking rad. I didn't even know that until like this summer I found out. Like Jessica at the Harold Hunter Foundation was like, yeah, Tyshawn was one of the first kids we sent out to skate camp, which is Harold doing some good shit, which is great. Yeah, that was a thing. After he passed, they would come up to a lot of us and be like, yo, me and Harold, we used to always laugh, and we always have a good time. We were like best friends, and we'd be like, did you get into an argument with him? And they're like, no, never. It's like, yeah, then you didn't really know Harold. All we did was argue. We'd be in the van, and we'd be like, Jeff, start arguing with Harold just for fun. Like, and they would just start yelling at each other and stuff like that. Like, I remember, here's a good Harold story. Anthony Correa is looking at a magazine, and there was like a photo, I think it was Bill Pepper doing a frontside 5-0 on this ledge. Anthony was looking at it, he was like, dude, a frontside 5-0 on this? Like, I can't believe they ran this, you know what I mean? Because it was the same ledge that Guy Mariano did a back tail on. And then Bill Pepper, I think it was Bill Pepper. I don't want to say Bill Pepper, he might punch me in the face. And Anthony was like, I just feel like there's been better stuff on this, that why would you run this? You know, I don't remember what it was. And then him and Harold started arguing. He's like, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And then he was like, yeah, I could do it. He's like, man, he's like, Guy Mariano thinks he's Day One Song over here. Started dying laughing. And then like at the time I was like, why would he say Guy? And then I realized I was like, oh, because Guy had the back tail on that. Guy Mariano thinks he's Day One Song over here. And Day One because he's the fucking best. That's somebody I still fan out on to this day is Day One Song. And he's my boy. Yeah. And I still fan out on him. Wow. Jeff Pang, cream board. I've been watching Jeff Pang skate since I'm a kid. He was always like the local like legend. You know, like the hometown hero, it was Jeff Pang. I seen him in the city. I think there was a couple, there might have been a mini ramp on like Church Street we'd see him at. But when you saw Jeff in the banks and stuff in the city back then, you were like, yo, it's Jeff Pang. And his son is my godson. Nothing. I talked to his kid about watching The Godfather. These shapes were terrible. I don't know how anybody skated these boards. Look at it, it's so flat. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Because Jeff was from Brooklyn, and I'm from Brooklyn, so there was always that Brooklyn thing happening. And then that back lip photo I shot of him was definitely like, I was so stoked on that because he was wearing like white shirt, his hair was slicked up, he had like acid wash jeans, white leather shoes. I was like, damn, Jeff looks so fucking Guido right now. And he had such sick style. But yeah, Pang, man. One of Brooklyn's finest sons. Oh, a chocolate board. Oh, Luigi Iannucci. What, I mean, style for days. Just looks amazing on his fucking board. I'm happy that I was able to shoot the amount of rad shit I shot at Gino over the years. I shot Gino doing a switch no slide at Stony Brook. That was a Nike ad. And I called Nike to get my negative back. Like, I need it, I want to scan it. Like, do you guys have it? And nobody knows where anything is. Gone, it is gone, which is a bum out. Backside ollie at Stony Brook, heel flip, backside 5-0, backside 180 out at 7th Street. I shot at Gino. I shot him switch flipping down some stairs at Long Island College. Nassau Community College, switch flip. We went to Rome and he did a nollie back heel down these stairs over a little gap, which was pretty sick. I shot him 360 shoving over the fucking grate at Flushing. I was lucky to shoot a lot of really great stuff of Gino, he's such an iconic skater. People will be comparing style to Gino for as long as skateboarding exists. I love these graphics. It's Evan Heacock's drawings. They're fucking amazing. It was such a great idea. And I like how when you get on chocolate, you get one of these. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And he's Italian. He's only half though. Work shizzle. This is the Papalardo board, huh? There it is. Anthony Papalardo. Yep. I just remember seeing him in weddings skating around New York, and they were so good. Then they got on Workshop, and I have this board too, by the way. I have Anthony Papalardo's first board. Yeah, it was like a Nollie Crooks at the CBS ledge. It was a checkout in TransWorld. That was his first photos ever. Oh, there it is. I think Josh Kalis was there. That's funny. This says Chris Corso. I think his name is Chris Corso. I could be wrong. It is, right? 15. He was 15 fucking years old here. Holy shit. Nollie Crook. Yeah, and I remember Josh Kalis was there. That was a good night. God, this sequence looks so shitty. I think I might have been thinking checkout because it was always better if you had like an idea of what you were going to do with your photos. Robbed his shit. We got his shit back. See, you want to come to a nice quiet spot? Even in New York City, shit still goes down. Still goes down. But yeah, I think I might have said, let's go shoot a checkout. Todd Jordan. I shot a lot of dope shit at Todd Jordan over the years. We became really good friends really fast. I used to like go to his house to take shits. And he had like the tiniest fucking studio apartment. I'd be like, Todd, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, come on up. One of my favorite photos I ever shot in New York was of Todd. It was a switchback tail in Jersey in 2001, like right after the towers came down, like overlooking downtown, and you could see a bunch of candles lined up, an American flag draped over the side of the railing, and there was a bunch of people looking kind of towards downtown. I took him on trips to Italy with me, and he was always fun to be around, and he's just a good dude. Yeah, zoo at the time, especially these days, were amazing because, I mean, Eli Gesner was doing all the ads, and he would write something down the side of the ad, and everybody would be like, what's written on the zoo ad? And that was always awesome. And these New York days were these were our days. You know what I mean? It was me, Pang, R.B. Umali, Todd Jordan, Harold, Anthony Correa, Danny Supa, and then we had like Philip Vaughn and Mike Holloway and all those Texas dudes that were Anthony's boys, and Brian Brown, and then Zared got on, so Zared was there, and it was just like, it was fun, dude. Todd Jordan is the dude I choked in Chomp on this. It was Harold. Harold threw water on me, Todd got choked for it. Sorry, Todd. Love you, buddy. Todd was so funny too, because the next day I'm like sitting on the bed, like just aggravated, and I look out the window and I can see Todd walking by, and he's looking at me like this. I went on this America trip to Europe, and that was so much fun. It was just like a whole different group of dudes that I don't really go on tours with, and it was just so much fun. It was like Eric Ellington, Andrew Reynolds, Ed Templeton, Austin Stevens, Jimmy Arrighi was there, who's like the team manager for Ruka at the time, and now he does Eswick. And me and Jimmy just instantly bonded. Spanky, Leo Romero, who fucking killed it, dude. That kid kills it. Like, we went to Paris, Belgium. It was just so much fun. It was just like a fun trip with a great group of dudes. And I remember Andrew did like I think it was a switch pop shove at 180 down like that little double set in Paris. And he was like, Stevie Williams, one of my favorite skaters. I had to do that for Stevie. I did it for Stevie. It was just a lot of fun. It's always fun when you get into a band with a different group of dudes, and it turns out to just be like amazing. Oh, someone's getting arrested. Dude, you should have split. Oh! The last issue of Big Brother. This is the last issue. Ricardo Caravallo. He was on chocolate at the time. Brazilian dude. He was just doing these big ass kickflips. Look how sick that looks. I was the photo editor at this time. I was photo editor of like the last 6 issues. Oh my God, I forgot all these fucking photos I shot in here. Zared Bassett interview. Oh my God, he feeble grinded. I forgot that. I forgot I shot half these photos. Switch Ollie in LA. I remember Gino was there for this when Zared was doing all these tricks down this handrail. And Gino was like, dude, fucking watching Zared do all that shit got me fucking so psyched. Wow, I forgot I shot all this shit. Well, yeah, last issue, Big Brother. I remember Dave Carney was really bummed because he was like asking Flint to give us like a last issue, which would have been awesome, but they were like, nope. We were like, well, why didn't you tell us that this was gonna be the last issue? Look at Homeboy's right over there to the left. They're looking for him, cops are looking for him. And he dipped out that way and the cops are over there. Smart. I liked Simon Woodstock pushing in the fishbowl, was pretty sick. The Rick Howard, the red one. Daniel Castillo, his face, I thought was awesome. The sugar-coated penis pops. Tim Gavin was pretty sick. Big Brother was great. I shot that, Jeremy Rogers, first try. He's a rad skater. So nothing. That's one of my favorite New York City photos I've ever shot. Give me that. Zared Bassett, Switchback Smith, Grace Building, yep. This is the first time he did it, too. And this is the day before they left for a Europe trip. Zoo went on a Europe trip with John Merring, and I went to Italy with all the Italian skaters this trip. That's why this is in here, too. Went to Rome. This is a really good issue. This is a highlight issue for me. That's it. The Gino Nolly back heel. All the Italian locals were tripping when Gino did this. Dyed blonde hair, he bleached his hair. It was fucking amazing. And he's skating in blazers here. This is before they made blazers to skate in. Just Gino. Yeah, he was young. He would sleep all fucking day and then go skate all night. But he switch ollied these stairs. Gino was trying to switch flip it. This is a really good trip. This is a lot of fun. I remember talking to Meza about it. I was like, yo, I want to bring all the Italians to Italy. We'll bring Gino Iannucci, Anthony Papalardo. We'll bring Steph Attardo. There might have been a Carl Watson joke in there. We'll just say he's Sicilian or something like that. He was like, we should bring somebody else though. He's like, what about one of those City Star kids? And I was like, oh, let's bring Mikey Taylor. And I never even met Mikey Taylor. We get him on the trip. He was 18 years old at the time, and he flew the red eye from LA to New York. I told him to take a cab to my house. He got to my house, he called me. I literally woke up, I went downstairs, I grabbed him, and I threw him on my couch. Just go sleep on my couch. Like, that was it. That's how I met Mikey Taylor. Jesus. This is a good issue. It was great. It was awesome. It was like all my friends. Aaron Meza, Michael Mealy, Ollie Barton, Ben Colin. It was a lot of fun, dude. Like, the whole thing is just wanting to do, like, you just want to make rad shit with your friends, you know? Skateboarder was making rad shit with your friends. It was fun. It was a good time, dude. It was a good group of dudes. And yeah, Meza, Chris Yormick was awesome, Michael Mealy. And then Jamie Owens was the photo editor who became the editor after Meza left, and now Jamie's at TransWorld. Alex Klein, Mike V. Yeah, this is good. We actually got to skate it for a minute. Like, we skated until we left. I remember sending this photo to Meza, and he called me, and he was like, always send me photos like this. Like, I had no idea this was gonna be the cover. And I remember waking up to a FedEx, and it was the mag. They had no idea. I was super stoked. And then all the fucking Italy shit was in there. It was a really great issue. My first cover was Charlie Wilkins doing a back nose blunt at the Pyramid Ledges downtown, and it was on the cover of Warp magazine. Fucking son of a bitch. Fucking Bobshirt, poaching my whole life. Every epic thing I've done, Bobshirt poaches it. Oh, the interview issue, I remember that. What are we looking at in here? Oh, Todd Jordan. Look how sick Todd's Stee was. Just that nollie down the Javits double set. He also did a nollie back heel at BAM over the gap, and that was a zoo ad, and I remember Meza being like, why do we get the nollie and they get the nollie back heel? Why don't we get the nollie back heel? Yeah, his Stee right there, that second and third frame is fucking pretty epic. And then Keenan right next to him with that heel flip, switch heel. It's pretty dope. Todd, 19 years old. Shit. Oh, and yeah, Meza. Here, Meza says, are you sick of Reda yet? And then Todd says, yeah, every day. He's loud, Italian, and hairy. And then Meza puts an editor's note, fat. Fuck you, Aaron. Who's fat now? Fat piece of shit. You know what's funny too is you could see Danny Supa back here, and he did a switch hard flip down it that day that was a zoo ad in that all white Converse kit he was wearing. It was amazing. Shot that photo of BAM. I remember drove down to Philly, shot that, and left. So underrated, so sick. I shot a sick photo of him doing a switch crook at BAM. No, it never ran. Ryan Hickey, another fucking skater that was just epically amazing. I shot him frontside flipping off this bump in Soho that's long gone. Just amazing style, always fun to skate with. Awesome. So much good style, so lazy. I shot him doing a back Smith on the back of one of the benches at the Seaport. I was right underneath. I thought I was gonna get hit with that board for sure. Rick Howard, that's what he does when you talk to him. He's like, it's. Yeah, Aaron. No, Aaron's my boy. He's awesome, dude. The shit that he's done in skateboarding over the years has been nothing short of amazing. That's it. All right, cool.
Oh, I was like, Master P, you heard that? Nah, bro.
Fucking scumbag.
Scumbag bastard.